activity. So there are two major uses of stablecoins right now. They're largely used as dollars on crypto exchanges in terms of pairs. Tether is primarily used in this context. So if you're trading BTC versus USDT on an exchange like Binance or OKX or Bybit, etc., you're trading against the USDT, and so you need to have the USDT on that exchange. Yeah. USDC is more used in DeFi, where you're trading things against a cash leg, say LPing in a Uniswap pool. But we very much believe like those dollars that you're using as collateral, you should be earning that yield yourself. We very much believe like those dollars that you're using as collateral, you should be earning that yield yourself. So our
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, we're going to be focusing our attention on DeFi, really jumping down the rabbit hole and showing you guys the importance of building your wealth in the now, regardless of the current market cycle that we're in, whether the market's bullish, bearish, or moving sideways, and really just fixating our attention on earning yield on our digital assets, generating that passive income over a significant and prolonged period of time. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy these video breakdowns, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Pay attention to detail, because this is the information that not a lot of people are paying attention to, because they're distracted with these bullish moon boy hopium targets, when in reality, through the utilization of DeFi, you could be expanding either your long-term bull run bags, your wealth in the now, earning yield on your digital assets. So let's jump in. Before we even get started, don't forget that over on the CYPRX YouTube, I have started this yield playlist where all the videos that we talk about yield generation on the CYPRX YouTube, you can find here. I'll add more videos to this over time, but there are step-by-step videos on this playlist via one of the platforms that we're going to be talking about today. So make sure that you guys go back and check that out. And if you want a more extensive breakdown on how to get involved in DeFi, an A to Z course, breaking everything down for you guys step by step, you guys can visit cyprxtrading.com. We would love to have you on the team. So let's get started. Towards the end of this video breakdown, I'm actually going to do a live example, show you how easy it is with one of my test portions of my portfolio, and just roll some profits over using my test accounts and just show you how simple this all is. Okay. So we're going to start off here where I said to you guys on X, I said the best part about DeFi is that retail investors can earn 24/7, 365, regardless of market conditions. And that is for a fact true. There are so many different ways for you to earn yield through DeFi. It is time to embrace the power of DeFi and educate yourself and adopt a mature approach. We're not here to chase high APRs. We're not here to invest in the biggest, trendiest meme coin of the cycle and blow all of our money. No, we're here to try to generate passive income and grow consistently over a prolonged period of time. How can you last the longest in this market against some of the smartest minds in the world, right? So I'm going to start by playing some video clips for you guys, so that way you know that we're seeing some of the largest financial institutions for a fact pick up an interest in DeFi, and they will, in the near future, start to earn yield. If not, they are already earning yield on the same digital assets that you could be earning yield on in the now. So I'm just going to play some video clips via some perspectives from some of the largest institutions in the digital asset landscape, and also some individuals in the crypto and blockchain ecosystem, give you their perspective on the future of the DeFi space and why you guys should be earning yield on your digital assets. So let's just take a second and listen. I always like to give you guys these projections so that way you don't think that I'm just like making this up saying, hey, you should earn yield on your assets. No, this is coming from some of the richest and wealthiest people on this planet. So this is $100 billion assets under management CEO from Wisdom Tree. And we're actually going to get into a fundamental PDF from them, just showing you guys that they are talking about DeFi. But listen to what this gentleman says.
This is a sustainable thing. Investing is obviously.
Oh, let me slow that down real quick.
It's not a one-day thing. You have to. You talk about young people trying to get ahead. You want your money to work for you, and if you are putting your money to work properly, it's just one of the great lessons in life. Otherwise, you have to work really, really hard if your money isn't working for you.
And everyone should have the opportunity to work hard, save, invest, create value for their families. I mean, that's why I think so many people have drawn to the United States, because of the opportunity to do just that. And our financial markets are the backbone of that opportunity. Let's switch gears into kind of where this is going. So we've talked about spot crypto ETFs. Let's talk about DeFi. This is an area where you guys and you personally have put a tremendous amount of thought, and you guys are really looking at it from the perspective of what you call responsible DeFi. What do you mean by that?
right? So they're talking about DeFi. She brings up DeFi as a talking point. I'm not going to play the entire video clip. This is from Blockchain Summit 2024, so it is recent, but the primary focus is here, how this individual representative, the CEO of WisdomTree, goes on to say that your digital assets or your money should be working for you. That is a mind-blowing statement. And the fact that they were even about to discuss and start talking about DeFi is absolutely exponential, because not a lot of people understand. Matter of fact, there's only about 7 to 10 million active DeFi users in the crypto ecosystem, which is only about 560 million active users right now. So take that into consideration. We are at the forefront of these technological evolutions where you can be your own bank. I just want to show you guys some statistics. And if you relate to these statistics, you really need to consider getting involved in DeFi. So here's a statistic from February 1st, 2024. Most Americans, and I'm speaking to the American population, I'm not too entirely sure about the statistics all around the world because they were generally hard to come by, but this was the most accurate one that I could find. Most American adults don't even have enough savings to pay a $1,000 emergency expense, okay? DeFi, in my personal opinion, can solve this issue in a very short period of time compared to traditional investing. For example, high yield savings accounts in the traditional financial realm offer a mere, I don't know, maybe 5.5 to 6% interest. Whereas in DeFi, I'm going to show you guys today on a stablecoin position currently that I'm in with a very small test amount, just to show you guys as an example, you can earn upwards of 19 to 40% APR on stablecoins, and you can utilize that. You can build on that to generate a high yield savings account, which is what I'm going to show you guys in today's example. So beat these statistics. I want everybody to start to think in terms of beating statistics and becoming non-average. Instead of thinking of, I'm going to invest in something and become a millionaire overnight, start to think in small increments over time. How can I progress to beat the average statistics? And one of these statistics is starting to compound or starting to save $1,000. Once you surpass that $1,000 threshold, you understand the power of compound interest, and you understand how you can utilize DeFi to grow and expand your wealth on just a mere $1,000. Or maybe you don't have $1,000, right? Maybe you only have $100. Earning 20, 40% on $100 compounded every single month, week after week, day after day, is going to grow exponentially faster than it would in traditional markets. Okay. Here we also have another statistic from May 13th, 2024. Even though a household net worth is on the rise in America, 156 trillion at the end of 2023, so is debt. The total percentage of personal debt in the US hit an all-time high of 17.5 trillion. The average American debt is $66,000 per adult. 77% of American households have at least some type of debt. Personally, I am debt-free. I became debt-free at age 25. I paid off the vast majority of my debt last bull market cycle. Now, I want everybody to take into consideration, if you have debt, like for example, you have a car payment, you have a house payment, something along those lines, you can generate enough passive income in DeFi, which I'm going to show you again as an example today, to pay off your debt. Yes, I said that. You can generate enough passive income with very small increment amounts of capital to start with through the utilization of DeFi, paying off your debt in chunks. And I'm telling you guys right now, start to get involved, start to educate yourselves. Okay. Don't just knock it off because you don't understand it or because you are afraid of terms like impermanent loss, which there are ways through strategy to mitigate impermanent loss if you understand what you're doing properly, which is again something that we convey in the Wealth 28 Club, which is why it's so important to join a community, to inform yourself on this new technological evolution. Okay. And the opportunities that are available to you. So let's jump in. Let's dive back into some more panelists talking about, the same thing, generating yield. I just wanted to show you this report real fast because this is from WisdomTree. We can go up here to the top of this. And you can see it says this report is sponsored by WisdomTree, the digital trust company, from July 2024, tokenizing precious metals. And I'm not going to, bore you guys to death. I just want to show you the table of contents. We can see right here, it mentions the expansion of DeFi. Let's zoom into that real quick so you guys can see. On page 54, they go in to talk about the expansion of DeFi. So just to show you the individual representative right there on stage from WisdomTree, the CEO, mentioning DeFi and how your digital assets should be working for you. And then they have PDFs talking about the tokenization of real world assets, so on and so forth, like precious metals. And they specifically mention DeFi in this PDF. We won't get into too much about this PDF. I just wanted to share that with you guys so you didn't think that I was making it up. This information is coming from large financial institutions. Okay. So let's get into this video breakdown right here. All right, this is an individual from Pantera Capital. I'm not too entirely sure what role this gentleman plays. I could not see that in the video, but he goes on to, and by the way, they are a $5.2 billion asset under management hedge fund. So keep that in mind. This is billions of dollars, and they're discussing and talking about DeFi. Listen to what this representative says in this panel discussion from 2024.
Mass adopted. What would be that number 2 use case, and what you feel like the portfolio of Pantera probably has tried to target, second to that store value macro?
Yeah, I think, well, one thing we've really focused on is DeFi. Decentralized finance makes a lot of sense to us because that's really where it doesn't require frequency, throughput to the degree that exchange, transactions do, retail transactions do. And, lending, borrowing, doing everything that banks do. But in a much more distributed way makes so much sense to us.
Right. So he literally just said DeFi makes so much sense to us. Lending, borrowing, distributing, all these things that banks do, except now you can be your own bank. I cannot stress that enough. You can be your own bank. Put that somewhere on writing in all caps so that way your brain internalizes that and you take action. You can be your own bank. And we're seeing these large asset managers on stage discussing and talking about this, yet this is the information that the vast amount of mainstream media sources will never, ever show you because they don't want you to know that you can be your own bank in the digital asset ecosystem, earning yield on your digital assets right now, right? Combating against the devaluation of your currencies at a rapid pace, combating against inflation. They don't want you to know that you can escape the system to a certain degree by paying off your debt, by beating the average statistic of having $1,000 saved and then earning yield on that $1,000 at a much more rapid pace than you would in traditional, investments. They don't want you to know that. And so I'm trying to get you guys to see as my followers that this is possible. Even if you don't deploy capital into the DeFi space, the best time to get educated on this is now. And again, we present those educational opportunities in the CYPRX Wealth 28 Club. So here is another panel discussion. This is from just 3 months ago. Look at this. I'm going to prove to you guys that not a lot of people are paying attention. This video has 110 views. The Crypto Conundrum, Custody, Risks, and Solutions at the AIM Summit in London 2024. And let's just listen to what this representative says. I want you to pay attention to detail because they talk about yield. And this just goes to prove that these institutional clients and these investors, they are also going to want to generate yield. Take a second and listen.
Pension funds. It's all about yield for them because that's what they are very much geared for. Now, when we are in the custody business, in the normal custody business, there isn't really much for yield, especially if you are under real estate assets. Just like from the custody perspective, you don't get a yield out of the custody. But over here, there are certain ways to get yield, but when you park them. Where do you see that market growing? The fact that we've seen some massive blow-ups within this particular space. How is the confidence coming back? Where institutions, high net worth individuals, they can come, they can park your assets with yourselves, and then look for a yield in relation to that.
So I won't play any longer. I don't want to bore you guys to death. This video is already 13 minutes long, but as you heard him say, where can these institutional clients, these high net worth individuals come, park their assets, and start to generate yield? This is physical proof that these individuals with much more money than you and I will want to earn yield. So why, as in most likely average individual, I'm myself included, right? I'm not a multi-millionaire nor billionaire, okay? I'm aiming to be one eventually, but in order to do that, you have to beat the statistics. You have to start there. You have to build a foundation. You have to educate yourself. And if these high net worth individuals are telling you on stage that they're going to want to earn yield, shouldn't that spark an interest? I'm just saying, at the end of the day, follow the money. Okay. We have another video clip. Last one that I'm going to play for you guys. This is, I believe, the co-founder of the Flare Network. And I just want you to hear his perspective on the DeFi ecosystem, because there's individuals in the space on Twitter and on YouTube that are like, oh, DeFi is a scam. It's going to go away. It's going to get regulated out of existence. Oh my gosh, pumping fear, uncertainty, and doubt into the market. But here is an individual that's actually building in the space, that actually sees things behind the scenes. Hugo Filion, the co-founder of Flare Network. They just recently launched a DEX on the Flare network, which I covered in this playlist that I mentioned to you guys. You guys should go check out on the YouTube space. It's public. I made it public for you all. Listen to what this gentleman says about his perspective and how he thinks DeFi is going to be here 10 years from now. Okay.
So I think there's always going to be a lot of centralized aspects of compute, and I think we see that more and more actually. But fast forward 10 years, I think DeFi will have expanded dramatically. It is, it is an incredibly valuable set of protocols. It does allow you to do really interesting things. It allows people to take risks that they, take risks or hedge off risks that they simply cannot do really, in TradFi. So I think that's going to continue to develop. I think it's, we're seeing all these restaking protocols and things like that. Sometimes I wonder whether the perhaps people don't necessarily take the lessons of the past when it comes to like stacking, security, and economic incentives, kind of in a tower, whereby if you pull a brick out at the bottom, some aspect comes tumbling down. But that said, I think there has to be a degree of experimentation to find what works, right? That's kind of what the industry is about. So in 10 years, I think DeFi is very much still here.
So I'll cut it right there, right? He just ends that little tiny spiel by saying that within 10 years, he believes DeFi is still going to be around. So I wanted to show you guys multiple perspectives from different industry participants to show you that across the board, it's not just asset managers or hedge funds or participants in crypto. It's like literally the entire ecosystem is fixated on DeFi because, in my personal opinion, of this yield generation opportunity to earn more passive income. And again, that should be everybody's goal at the end of the day, to make and generate money while you sleep. So let's just roll into that utilizing a test account that I have attached to the Aerodrome DEX. I'm going to show you guys on the VFAT platform how currently right now I'm earning an upwards of anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 per month, depending on the APR fluctuation, with just an initial $4,500 of initial capital invested. Yes, I just said that, making an upwards of about $1,600 to $2,000 per month on just $4,500 invested into the VFAT platform, which again, like I mentioned to you guys, on the CYPRX YouTube page, there is a yield playlist where there are how-to video breakdowns on the VFAT platform, the settings that I personally look for to toggle on the VFAT platform that you guys can go and check out. So make sure that you go do so. Let's share screen so that way you can see what it is I'm even talking about. All right, check this out. So here on the CYPRX platform, remember I mentioned to you guys, I think it was this video breakdown right here, uploaded about 2 weeks ago. It was one of these. Just click through them, watch them. I talk about my stablecoin yield generation portfolio approach here. And I will constantly upload more videos over time. If you want a more in-depth approach, you want an A to Z course, over 75 video breakdowns and constant uploads week after week, go check out CYPRXtrading.com. At least at a minimum, start educating yourself on the DeFi space. So that way, after the next bull market cycle, what to do with $100,000, how to start earning yield on $1 million, how to start earning yield if you do become very wealthy in the next bull market cycle so you can maintain and keep your wealth. Do not think that you're going to maintain and hold on to your wealth if you become financially successful in crypto and then you go and turn all that crypto and back into fiat, where fiat over time is depreciating at a rapid value. It's insane that people think that they're going to be successful pulling money out of crypto, putting it back in the fiat and just holding cash, right? Learn how to earn yield on your digital assets so that way you don't have to escape the new system that they're building and enter back into the traditional financial system. You can stay in this new system that they're building, right? So we're going to go over to this platform here. You guys can see my current total position right now is worth about $4,500, making an upwards of about $1,600 per month. Here's my monthly rewards. Weekly, it's looking at about $372, and daily, I'm looking at about $53 per day. Again, on just $4,500 invested. I'm currently in 2 positions on Wrapped ETH and Brett. Brett being a meme coin on Base, and you can see right now I've earned about $120. So I'm just going to show you guys how simplistic this is. This isn't a step-by-step how-to video on how to enter the VFAT platform. Remember, I mentioned to you guys in this yield generation playlist right here, I believe it is this 23-minute video right here where I go over step by step all the settings and how to enter into the VFAT platform if you guys are interested. Okay, there's more step-by-step videos for the Private Wealth 28 Club members, but again, if you want to check that out, it's free. go ahead, listen to it, run over it. If it piques your interest, visit CYPRXtrading.com. And then I'm going to take this $120 and I'm just going to show you how simplistic it is utilizing my test account. I'm already attached to this account via my wallet on Coinbase, my test account. You guys can see, let's pull that up. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I don't think that pops up. Yeah, it's not part of the screen share. But on this test account, I have sitting about $17 in USDC right now. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is after pulling profit on VFAT, this $120, to roll that into a stablecoin position on Aerodrome, as you can see here on this USDZ/USDC liquidity pool on Aerodrome. Right here, I'm currently earning about 19% APR. Now, there's not a significant amount of money. This is, again, just my test account for video-related purposes. On this test account, I have about $250, give or take, maybe $300, already earning on this platform on Aerodrome. And I just wanted to create this video to show you how simplistic it is to start earning 19% APR on stablecoins. So for those individuals that are out there like, oh, I don't want to get involved in DeFi because of impermanent loss, you can literally just build a stablecoin portfolio, completely mitigate impermanent loss. And let's say, for example, you have $100,000 in capital, or you do become a multimillionaire in the next bull market cycle, and you have $500,000 that you're willing to deploy in DeFi and start earning 19% on $500,000, or heck, 19% on $20,000 or $50,000. You all do the math and you all create in your mind what's possible, because there are an endless amount of possibilities in DeFi through understanding and education and building that foundation. So let's just go in. We're just going to pull profit on this position. I'm going to take this $120. We're going to turn it into some USDC. So let's just click open the positions. And we're going to go into harvest, and we're just going to harvest this money into my wallet real fast. Very simplistic, just to prove some transactions real quick. Again, I don't know if you guys can actively see my wallet, but if you can't, I do apologize. I'm simply just approving the transaction swap. Let's go in. All right, transaction successful. You can see how my balance changed from what was $120 to $48. So I pulled about 70 bucks. All right, and then we're just going to go in and we're going to pull from the second position as well. Just confirming a transaction. All right, very simple. So that's how easy it was to pull profit on the VFAT platform. It took me, I don't know, not even a minute. All right, so now we're just going to head over to Aerodrome just to double check, make sure that the funds have deposited into my wallet, and they have. Right, so I currently have, I don't know if you guys can see my test wallet on here, but I have $136 in USDC. Now, remember, we need an equal amount of USDZ and USDC to enter into this pool. So I'm just going to swap half of that USDC for some USDZ, so that way I have an equal amount of both coins to enter into the liquidity pool. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do 50% of that. And we're just going to allow some transactions. All right, USDC was swapped for USDZ, so that's very simplistic. So now let's just double check that in the wallet real quick. All right, I have both an equal amount of USDC and USDZ, excuse me. All right, so we're just going to go in. We're going to go to our dashboard. All right, so we're just going to head down to our position, and you can see here, now that we have an equal amount of both assets, it gives us the option to deposit. We're going to go ahead, we're going to click deposit, and we're just going to go ahead and enter in the available amount of USDZ. And then we're just going to allow the USDZ and the USDC to be deposited. Again, don't think you guys can see the wallet, but I'm just confirming some transactions. Same thing, just go through the prompts and allow everything. Again, remember that if this is all confusing to you and you're seeing it for the first time, there are literally hands-on step-by-step video breakdowns on how to enter in on the VFAT platform, how to utilize the Aerodrome platform from step A all the way down to step Z, how to start on a centralized exchange, what wallet is compatible with which DEX, what digital assets, what protocol, what network is compatible with what DEX, so on and so forth. Hands-on approach, all on the CYPRX Wealth 28 Club platform, which you can go and join by visiting CYPRXtrading.com. So as you all saw, this process is completely finished. We're just going to go back to the dashboard, and you can see here how my amount increased. Before, I had about $140 in each side of the pool. You can see now here I have $209 in USDZ and about $182 in USDC, and I'm currently earning 19% on that money. So yield on yield on yield. Not only am I earning on this platform here, but I also have multiple other stablecoin positions that I have on another DEX out there called Ramses, earning me over about $900 right now in passive income just in stablecoins. So take this into consideration, considering the perspectives that I just showed you guys from the statistics that I'm hoping that you all aim to beat, along with the perspectives from these large financial institutions and representatives from inside the cryptocurrency ecosystem in the now, trying to bring you guys the realest information, wake people up, and get you guys to see that you all can be your own banks through the power of DeFi and taking a mature approach towards investing and making your money work for you. As always, many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant, be aware out there. If you guys have any questions about joining the Wealth 28 Club, don't forget the customer support email is in the description down below. And if not, and you want to take advantage of the opportunity now to start earning yield on your digital assets and learn in detail, head over to CYPRXtrading.com. We would love to have you on the team. With all that in mind, I will see you guys in the next video breakdown.